start this morning session with prayers to Buddha and Bodhisattvas to bring the auspicious. Today is talk on general Dharma. General Dharma. And I would like to start with some explanation of importance in our life to engage in some sort of spiritual guide, which is in which sense is a Dharma, spiritual guide.
Okay.
And with that, it is important that we, our life, our way of life is guided and become more happy. Recently in overseas, I come across a famous scholar who do research on the human's life. And he told me one of the very interesting aspects, that in his survey, that in the world that the spiritual beings lived more happy than unspiritual beings, because there is a thing that they learn, and then there's a thing that they can depend on in a different occasion, when different circumstances happens. So, being a spiritual is answer for our life. Being spiritual will answers and remove a lot of confusion, because when we become a doubt, when we become a trap in a fear, or when we have become confused, our spiritual guidance, either it's a spiritual master or your spiritual inner experience, or whatever you're doing spiritually, and either it could be a religious, it could be just spiritualism, that will help tremendously. It's very widely known. And as a being Buddhism, of course, here we take a guide which we call Dharma as our spiritual journey, spiritual path, and spiritual dependent. Okay, then our guide and our being a spiritual path is no other than entering into path called Dharma. That's our spiritual way of entering, and that's what Buddha has told us to follow. There is nothing but his regent, or the way to follow Buddha is to follow the path of Dharma. There are a lot of important things that Buddha has capacity to help beings through his name, through his recitation. But one of the most important that he has told us is how he obtained the truth, and the same way that he taught us to how we can also obtain the truth, or get rid of our confusion, get rid of our emotions, or how we can work with our emotions in some way, and then achieve the peace and happiness. That advice, what he has understood or realized, the way he understood, he wanted us to be understood. And that is later become as a Dharma. But it was his path that shown us with his compassion. So that's why we must understand what is Dharma itself first. For example, if we talk about one object, we must realize the nature of that object. So when we talk about the Dharma, what is Dharma? What does it do? That's what we have to understand. So in the sutra, Buddha says, a path our spiritual journey by entering or adapting, which makes you, whoever, to cease of pain, cease of emotion, cease of confusion, and then get rid of the obscuration, get rid of obscuration, which includes also, of course, confused, ignorant, not knowing. Not knowing means what should be adopted, what should be abandoned, like what are the virtues, what are the non-virtues, all these things, like virtues should be adopted, non-virtues should be abandoned.
Okay.
So the kind of confusions. So when you enter into the path of Dharma, all this will become very clear in one's life. There are a lot of things we might know from the worldly, but maybe we are still very ignorant in the spiritual path.
Okay.
So Dharma will make us to really get to the root of how to remove the pain, how to work with the pain, how to realize pain. So first, that's what Dharma will do.
Okay.
It goes in the sutra, Dungal Tang Me Tamje Tang Dripkun Seze Tambichu. Dungal means pain and suffering will remove. And then obscuration also will be removed. And then same time it will increase all the virtues that within us. That's Dharma. That's the job of the Dharma is that. There's nothing else that it can do except this. Anything that will do this job is called Dharma.